Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. Now a day or so ago I showed a really cool Wild King team paired with the Lord of Slaughter, which was really devastating and viable for Guild Wars Green Day 2. The team I'm showing this time works in a totally different way but still uses the Wild King's abilities to their full. Now we're in Bard class for a start, which is unusual. You don't see many Bard class teams anymore, but it is absolutely key to the way this team works, and I'll explain why. First of all, a couple of things about the Wild King's spell is, when I first saw it, enrage all allies and give them 36 attack is, in my case, obviously very useful. But at the same time, you think, well, what is the point of all these other troops having extra attack if it means basically the troops above them need to die to benefit from that? Obviously, the troop in first place is the only one that can deal skull damage, so for everyone else to have increased attack, these need to die for this one to gain that benefit, and they need to die for this one to gain that benefit, and so on. But not so much the case. If you have a Gargoyle in your team, this deals splash damage to an enemy boosted by all allies' attack. And it explodes 2 gems as well, so that is pretty useful, and that is what we're going to concentrate on. Building up this attack by using a couple of different troops and getting this damage absolutely sky high. Now, as I said, we are in a Bard class, and that is for a particular reason. And the main one is all yellow allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn. This is super relevant because Chief Dargon is yellow, as is the Wild King. Chief Dargon, if you're not familiar with this troop, gives attack to myself and all allies below him. So you stick him in first place and this means all allies get that attack. Explodes a row at the same time, and obviously this increase in attack will vary upon your level in the game. But again, a Bard class really affects this. All stats on yellow allies go up by 1 every single turn. So the next turn this becomes 38 attack, then 39, and 40, etc. But the thing is, because we're then adding that attack to all allies below, that may as well be on all allies, because that's going to affect everybody. That +1 to Chief Dargon, it may as well be on everyone, because it's not plus, that extra to him. It's going to be benefiting the Flask, the Gargoyle, the Wild King as well. And when the Wild King casts, it's going to do the same thing. He's getting that same boost. His attack that it benefit it gives is going up by 1 every single turn. That'll be 37 in my case the next turn, 38 after that. And because that's going on everyone, that is just increasing the attack overall on the whole team in a big way. So when Gargoyle casts, his attack just gets like wildly out of control pretty quickly. And I'll show exactly how that works. The other really cool thing about Chief Dargon is the fact that it explodes a row. It's obviously a good mana generator, but it works superbly with Celestial Flask. Celestial Flask creates 3 potions of either blue, green, red, yellow or purple, so we want any of them except purple, and gains an extra turn. But sometimes, even with that extra turn, you cannot align the potions that you want to gain the mana you need. And you can then cast Chief Dargon instead, just aim it on one of those rows, explode them, take out those potions and get an extra ton of mana that way. This team really works well together, but the key is to cast Chief Dargon or the Wild King first, or both. Build up Gargoyles, spell, and then cast it and have a wild time. Like I said, we are in Bard class. I'll just show the banner quickly. We're in Maze banner. Every time I don't use a purple in the team but do use green or red, I love the Maze banner. It's absolutely superb. And we're in Bard. And the talent trees, not all of them are relevant, but we're going for Serendipity. That one's relevant in literally all ways. Anti-magic sphere, mana source, mentor, tree of knowledge. I do like collecting green at first on this to give the Wild King a start and get that enchant going. And Master Builder is good for our Gargoyle. So there it is. So let's dive into a couple of games. Right, let's jump into a Explore 12. Anywhere will do. Where are we? We're in Blighted Lands. That is fine. So the advantage of this team, remember, is many. It's like the Wild King and Chief Dargon both give attack to the entire team. But that's boosted further by the fact that we're in Bard class. Now, Bard class, that third trait, all yellow allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn. So the thing is with this give, at the moment, 39 attack to myself and all allies below him, becomes give 40 attack on the next round. So it's not really up by 1. The benefit is +4 pull around, because when we cast that, that goes on to everyone. And the same thing happens with the Wild King. So they both get that quadruple benefit, if you like. It's not just +1, because that attack goes on to everyone, and everyone is going to benefit from that. So this is really, really effective. So let's start off with grabbing some red. Not much of our colours at the moment, so we'll grab some brown for a gargoyle. Now let's get the first punch of attack. So right now the boost is just +77. Not that much, but we've already gained, it's now 42 to myself and all allies below. So everyone goes up by 42, and not just the gargoyle. So we'll cast this where we'll get some more mana for the team at the same time. And now the boost on gargoyle is 135. We'll still take these hits sometimes if we feel like it, but we've got 50% skull reduction, and we can now get that and our flask up at the same time. Now we cast our flask, we've got a guaranteed extra turn, anything but purple. That is going to give us a good amount of yellow now, because there's 2 flasks next to each other. There we go, that's got the Wild King up, and now that is a really good combination, because there's a lot of yellow there now and a lot of skulls. If this goes wrong, I'll eat my hat. Now we've got that boost of it on attack. They're dead. The boost on gargoyle is now +202. We'll still take these hits if we want, but we can cast the Wild King again now. Why not? We've boosted everyone up again. Gargoyle is now +269. Might as well cast this because it's a guaranteed extra turn. Went wrong, but it doesn't matter. This is the cool bit. Chief Dargon explodes a row. So you can deliberately explode a row where you've got these red potion flasks in, and you're going to get both of these at the same time. This is going to create an absolute bunch of red, which is really useful, and we can just repeat the process. But now we're on +329 attack. I think this is already a point where we can almost guarantee winning the game, but we'll do that again anyway, and we'll now use the same tactic again on Chief Dargon. We'll now cast this here. We're going to explode this flask and this yellow flask at the same time. This is going to be a load of yellow, almost a guaranteed extra turn. Lots of yellow for the Wild King. The boost is now 389. Obviously I don't need to carry on with this anymore, but I'm just doing it just for a laugh really. And the boost is now 455. So let's give Gargoyle his little bit moment of glory and win the game for us. So there's no need to do that exactly the way I've done it, but it was just there, and with those explosions, creating those explosions on the flasks, it was almost a guaranteed extra turn, and that is a really good way of combining all these. This is one of those rare teams where everyone synergizes really, really well together. Everyone helps each other out. So a really cool team. I don't know if it's actually as fast as the Lord of Slaughter Wild King team I showed the other day, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to use. I really like using this one. You can leave them that. Don't mind the odd hit here and there, because we've got 50% skull reduction, and I do like to get green on this straight away because it gives Wild King a start and it enchants the hero at the same time, which means we are very close to getting our flask up. Here it is. Now anything but purple when we cast this, please. Yeah, said anything, but putting the colour next to someone where I could actually get it would have been handy, because we're not ready to explode that yet with our Chief Dagon. But we can get it now, so we'll be able to explode those green next turn. Here we go. Put it there. Going to get both of those flasks. Loads of green coming. Thank you very much. Quite a decent mix of yellow there now, so we can cast this as well. Chief Dagon has got 50% skull reduction, but he won't last forever. So you do need to try and keep him alive. He's probably going to die in this one, and the reason why that's important to keep him alive and not just give the enemies skull hits if you can avoid it is because obviously this effect of this spell will go down if he dies. It's boosted by all allies attack. The boost right now is 201, but if he died, then it's going to get reduced significantly. So we do need to try and keep him alive. So let's cast this near the top. If you cast it near the bottom, it just feels like there's more ways to change the board if you cast it near the bottom, but I do want to get my flask up at the same time. So no, I'll cast it here. It feels like it's less chance of giving them some incidental skull hits. Grab this. The boost is at the moment 264, but it's been mean to us on the brown. But is this safe? Yes, it is. We'll definitely take that. So we've got 200 attack now. Getting a free cast on this. This is going to be a silly amount of green. Wild King is ready to go. We're going to boost up the team with the attack even further. Just need to get this charged now because 343 is a boost, but it's been mean to us on the brown. So we'll cast this, force it to give us some brown. Still not enough. So get the flask up. Hit him with that, otherwise you don't want to get battered by that. No need to cast the flask when we're guaranteed to get the gargoyle up. Now the boost is 413, so yeah. Take that and party. Yeah, and that was a slower one. Again, we can use the Wild King now, or we can use this to give even more attack, because the attack now, look, it's gone up to 54 attack to myself and all allies, same as, wow, the Wild King has gone up to and give 69 attack to everyone. It's pretty ludicrous, so we'll do that, why not? Oh, he's gonna die. He's not, he survived. Well done, lad. Anyway, there's my second team using the Wild King. Really enjoy using it. Should we do one more? Yes, because that felt a little bit slow, that one. Right, so give me green, give me green, give me green. I like green. And then blue. Let's get this flask rocking and rolling. And give me purple, which I don't use, wouldn't you believe it? But it can generate some incidental mana drops, which can come in handy. Let's got our king up, which is cool. First boost of attack to the team. We half killed him anyway. The boost is 135 at the moment. We're not going to need it though, by the look of it. But let's grab this purple quick first. Let's get our Chief Dagon up. Let's get rid of some of these skulls, as well as hopefully getting some mana. And obviously we've got that boost again as well. It's now plus 196. And there it is. So yeah, cool team. Quite enjoying it. Bard class actually made useful for a change. Right, let's do a couple of PvPs. Oh, this is good. This is where the Wild King's Enrage really comes in handy. Like Stone Hammer, for example. Reduce damage from skulls by 80%. But Enraged bypasses that, so that will make absolutely no difference when we get all the allies enraged. Right, they are going to turn brown to red, so we have to check. We're not going to give them a major advantage in that. So I'll grab that, and hopefully we don't drop anything in their way, which is going to be beneficial to them, and that worked out okay. Let's grab that one there, and that one. Now let's cast this first. Get lots of mana for the team. Cast it again now, because it can self-charge, obviously. All the while we're just given the health, and not health, sorry, attack to the team, and it gets more and more because of the effect of Bard. The boost is already plus 187. Now I can cast Chief Dagon again, or I can cast the Wild King now. There's a good mix of yellow and skulls, so I'm going to risk the Wild King. That was not too bad. What are we on now? Plus 245. Again, this is where it's handy because there's skull hits there, which I can either take myself, which I will do. Now we'll use this because it's splash damage. We can hit them in the middle, take out their Gargoyle, and we've got an incidental hit at the same time, which made that incredibly easy. So really effective at boosting up the attack. Chief Dargon and the effect of Bard is really effective. Can't do that. Let's take on Mang, the Mirage Queen, the Wild Queen, and Leprechaun instead. Don't need that, but we'll take it anyway. Again, that's the cool thing about having Gargoyle here. We're entangled at the moment, so we're not going to do much on skull damage, but with splash damage, when we can boost it up, we are still going to do a lot of damage if we go for that route while we're entangled. Let's now get that first boost in attack. You can put it on red to create a load of red for a Chief Dargon again to increase the attack further, or we can grab some brown with it at the same time, or a mixture of both. Gargoyle's ready to go again now. We are entangled, so we don't really want to cast or grab this skull hit, even though it's the only one that's there. So we'll do this and use it to explode this row, which is going to get rid of that skull. They got a lucky hit afterwards, but hey ho. Now we've got a boost of 139, or we can cast Celestial Flask. Let's go with this. Let's cast it on the Wild Queen. Zap her out a bit before she has a chance to cast her spell. Gargoyle was up again. Now the boost is 139, so that's going to be enough to get rid of both of them. Now see if we get lucky with Flask. And we've created purple. Lucky us. Now we can just do this. This is while being entangled. Like Gargoyle came into its own on this game completely because I've been entangled the whole time. This is like doing nothing. So really, really handy. Let's use him to get rid of this skull and create some brown for our Gargoyle. Let's get the Gargoyle up because we're still entangled. Entangled the whole game, but still won really easily. So yeah, I like that team. I like the combo with a Gargoyle and a Bard class because that not Gargoyle, sorry, that Chief Dargon at the top. Just explain it again in case anybody missed it, because gives attack to self and all allies below, explodes a row, so it's a mana generator at the same time. But because we're in Bard class, that give attack to myself is going up by 1 every single time. So it's not just 1 because it's not going on him, it's going on everybody below at the same time when you cast it and boost up that attack. So when we cast a Gargoyle, it makes a massive difference. So there it is. There's my alternative Wild King team. Pretty decent in PvP and Explore 12. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.